Now, Rodri was not Man City's best player that last year. I'm telling you, he was not. I mean, this last season, he was not their best player. Neither was he Spain's best player. He was only the tournament's best player. Mind you that. He was not even Premier League Player of the Year. He wasn't even Premier League Player of the Year. So this is something that you have to look into. Vinícius was Champions League's MVP. Same thing with the La Liga. I'm telling you the truth. Same thing with the La Liga. Even the Supercopa España, he was still the MVP. So we are talking about a player that has racked up not just goals, assists, taking individual honors, and also in the sense of taking these individual honors, he has also taken team honors too. I still throw this question to you. Do you think it is a race thing or is a thing of, they feel like they can just vote this person out because maybe he is black or because he is white? Because for me, I feel like that is what it is. Good evening, people. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing this evening, guys? What's good? What's happening? Welcome to another wonderful episode on Football Bants here on Ep8 Media. And I am your host, Sumachi. And with me, we have a guest, a football enthusiast, also a Manchester City fan. And bro, I'd really like you to introduce yourself to the house.
Hi, everyone. I'm Harmony Johnson, and I am on Football Bants.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful. I love the fact that you're here this evening, given we had the Ballon d'Or ceremony yesterday. We had a lot of controversies yesterday.
Yes.
Vinícius did not get the Ballon d'Or. I mean, it is previous that is worth asking, because with the performances and everything he gave this previous year, Madrid winning the Champions League and the La Liga, so many individual performances, and then suddenly we have Rodri coming out. So many questions coming in, so many reasons, so many things making people so angry. Some are angry, some are sad, some are very, very happy. I know you must be very happy.
I'm very happy.
I know you must be very happy. I know that you're delighted. So, I mean...
Yes.
So, I feel personally, guys, Vinícius should have won this thing. I believe he should have won this thing because given his performances over the period of time, I mean, you are a Man City fan. I would want to know your view. Why do you think Rodri was one that got the prize this time?
Well, first of all, when you look at a player of Rodri and what the position he plays in Man City, when you look at the records and the statistics, Man City are like Man City are not Man City without Rodri.
Yeah.
I know the fact that he's injured now. You see, if you really watch the match, you see how Man City plays. It's kind of sloppy. Our game is not profound the way it normally is when Rodri is. The records say it all. You know, last season we lost Man City for like a period of time, and we racked losses up.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Basically, the honest truth is, no matter how the world wants to deny it, Rodri is the best holding midfielder in the world, and that's just the fact.
I might hold you on that though. I mean, we're talking Real Madrid here. We're talking Real Madrid. Yes, Rodri, wonderful, exceptional. He's a player. You can't just hate Rodri. I mean, you cannot. It's not possible. Yeah. We're talking about an exceptional player who holds the ball. Actually, we're talking a wonderful holding midfielder. True be told, but Madrid have a lot of that. I mean, I know they've got Valverde. I mean, they've got Camavinga. I mean, even Jude Bellingham too. I mean, they have players that can be versatile. But then, my question here is, in what way has Rodri really proved to be the Ballon d'Or winner? Because we have a lot of players. If the criteria that was used for Rodri, I mean, it should have been used for Carvajal in that sense too. I mean, why do you think Rodri still has to be the one to hold on the Ballon d'Or?
One, like I said before, he's the best holding midfielder in the world, and that's a fact. When you look at the trophies he has won throughout this season, it also it justifies that too. Honestly, I feel Vinícius, yes, he was great. He has been great. I love Vinícius too, but when it comes to the actual, Ballon d'Or winner, I feel on that list, Rodri should be the one who takes it.
Yeah, that's you make a very vital point, but I feel there's the thing about the Ballon d'Or over the past years.
Yes.
You've had players, individual performances, performing as a team, getting trophies and everything. This same Ballon d'Or, we've seen Cristiano Ronaldo win the Ballon d'Or without even winning an actual trophy in a year. I mean, we've seen the same too with Messi. So most times, like in the general house now, guys, I throw this to you. We do know that the Ballon d'Or is mainly based off individual performances and what your team can carry on
Yes.
at the end of the day. Now, would you say that in any way, because there are also a lot of factors that are also there? I mean, will you say individual performances? Will you say it's on social media or anything that would have bothered or stopped Vinicius from winning the Ballon d'Or?
Well, I feel that Real Madrid's position this season, I know they're still second on the table. They have had some great performances, but like when it came down to the big games, the fact that Vinicius didn't really step up. For example, we look at the El Clasico game. So there are different situations, different that might have stopped it. I don't personally know exactly what it was, but I know there are different things that might have stopped Vinicius, or like, as I said, from not winning it.
Yeah, give you the performances of different players at different levels. Now, would you compare? How would you compare? Like, okay, Modric won the Ballon d'Or 2018. He won the Ballon d'Or at that point, taking Croatia to a World Cup final and still being in the same team with Cristiano Ronaldo actually, and him winning the Champions League that year. Now, given this, Modric and Ronaldo made a switch to Juventus. Everyone knew that. And then now you have Vinicius and Rodri, almost, let's just say, giving that same kind of vibe. Now, let's use Modric and Ronaldo. In that season, who would you have given it to normally?
Modric. I will give it to Modric.
This guy, he deposed my head, though. He deposed my head. Why on earth would you give it to Modric? I mean, Modric is just a midfielder now. I know everything that came out, but guy, come on, we're talking Ronaldo here. Come on.
We're talking Ronaldo. I know that, but like when you look at the games, a lot of people use the names to determine. When you actually watch the match, you see the impact these players have. So like Modric, he deserved that Ballon d'Or that he won. I can't even lie. He was Croatia's like by far best player in the competition. So like honestly, I actually do believe that Ballon d'Or, Modric deserved it.
I feel because there's something about the Ballon d'Or and being attached to the World Cup at times. For instance, now the year Messi won this 2023 that Messi won. Now, Argentina won the World Cup in 2022. Now, you will give a situation. I mean, you give that gap, and you're like, oh, there's already a huge gap. As far as the year is concerned, and then you have Haaland smashing all the records and everything. Obvious. I mean, winning the champion. I mean, not just winning the Champions League, but winning the treble. And you expect that, it's meant to go to him. Do you believe that the Ballon d'Or is based off favoritism, or it's based off character? I mean, character-wise, do you think it's a character thing, or how the player tends to behave among his teammates, among the press, or anything? What do you think is actually the real issue here?
Well, for the Ballon d'Or, last year's own, Messi won that thing, and I can't even lie, he pained me, because he pained me. I'm not even going to lie, because when you look at what Haaland did in Man City last season, breaking all the records, all the goals, the treble we won, and everything, and then they give it to Messi, like it really. So I don't know what they really do to determine this Ballon d'Or, who they give it to. But like when it comes to the players on how they carry their team, how they carry themselves, that might play a role there. But last year's Ballon d'Or, I would say it's.
I mean, I feel like it was robbery in the sense that we've had Lewandowski snubbed because of Messi.
Yes.
We've had the Ballon d'Or cancelled because they tagged COVID-19. I mean, people were still. I mean, delivery companies were still working. Who told you couldn't have done the Ballon d'Or ceremony and just delivered this thing to this guy's house? I mean, who said you couldn't have done that? But they cancelled it. For me, I believe that the Ballon d'Or is based off what France football wants to do. Because you can't tell me it is journalists that are actually doing the voting for this thing. If the Ballon d'Or voting was done by coaches, done by players, done by fans, I believe the actual player that is meant to win it will actually win it. Because, guys, things they happen, no guy, man, no like you. I don't feel like you. They vex me, bro. For God's sake, with this smile, guy, they vex me because our player go play waiting, go play for 1 full year, play everything, finish. You have the backing of the whole world, the whole world, literally. I'm not saying Rodri is not it, but I believe Rodri should have gotten the Ballon d'Or last year. That's what I believed. Because if they didn't give it to Haaland, they should have given it to Rodri last year. Not Messi. Messi won the World Cup 2 years ago. When he won the World Cup, that's when they should have given it to him. And they gave it to Benzema because Benzema. So now that's why I was asking. I'm like, the Ballon d'Or now, is it a thing of, you've done what you did last season, we'll not give it to you this season? Or because it is confusing. Vinicius did something worthy of getting the Ballon d'Or. I ask myself this question: is it that he was arrogant or anything, or is it the fact that he's always pushing racism this, racism that, racism this, racism that? Because we know that Vinícius Júnior is someone who fights. As far as racism is concerned, he always fights in every game. Does it mean that it's because Rodri is white and he is black that they did not think about it?
I don't know that fact. I don't know. When you bring in the racism part of it,
well, you have to. It's football. It's football. I mean,
when you bring in racism, it becomes something that is very serious, and it becomes something that is actually more than football. But I don't know. It can come down to character. The journalists, the people who vote, they have their opinions and what they see. But like, I really don't know. But what I know is that Rodri, when you look at it, you can't say Rodri does not deserve it in some sense. Yeah.
No, I mean, Rodri deserves it in terms of maybe, I don't know. I feel like it's a pity thing. That's what I feel. Because let's tell ourselves the truth. Rodri will not play football for the next 1 year. We know that he even came to take the Ballon d'Or on crutches. This is a player that will not. He has not kicked the ball in the last 1 month now. He hasn't. Vinícius Júnior is still going to keep on cooking and keep on playing. And that is why I use the word, is it a racial thing? Because the fact that we know that every year before the Ballon d'Or is given, we know the winner even the night before, or at least a week before, we know who is going to win this Ballon d'Or. And then you have a situation where Vinícius Júnior plays everything. 2-3 weeks, a month before the Ballon d'Or, everybody's saying the Ballon d'Or, Vinícius Júnior. And then you have that very bad game against Barcelona, very terrible game against Barcelona. I won't call that terrible. I would say Madrid in the second half, they were completely solved, completely outclassed by Barcelona and Hansi Flick. Because being caught offside in the first half is, in fact, it was really something. But then you cannot tell me that a player of such caliber, literally, he was the one carrying Real Madrid.
Yes.
He has scored in different finals, the knockout stages for the Champions League. He was the one. Still beat Barcelona in the Super Copa final. I mean, we are talking. We're talking Vinícius. We're talking Real Madrid right now. This is a team that normally, as far as winning the Ballon d'Or is concerned, when their players play out their best, that player gets the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah,
winning everything. And Rodri just got the what? He just got the Premier League. Only the Premier League and the Euros. Now, if we want to really count it, I want to just tell you about the whole Vinícius thing. Now, Rodri was not Man City's best player that last year. I'm telling you, he was not. This last season, he was not their best player. Neither was he Spain's best player. It was only the tournament's best player. Mind you that. He was not even Premier League Player of the Year. He wasn't even Premier League Player of the Year. So this is something that you have to look into. Vinicius was Champions League's MVP. Same thing with the La Liga. I'm telling you the truth. Same thing with the La Liga. Even the Super Copa España, he was still the MVP. So we are talking about a player that has racked up not just goals, assists, taking individual honors, and also in the sense of taking these individual honors, he has also taken team honors too. Being named in UEFA Best 11 too, after all these things, winning the Champions League, winning the La Liga, being the best player in both tournaments, giving 5-star performances. 5-star performances. Most times people tend to forget that even as a midfielder, you can be swallowed up in a game too.
Yeah.
Because check back. I've told a lot of people this. Check back Rodri's performances even before this Ballon d'Or. The average ratings that I was seeing was 7.0. So we're talking about what 7 over 10, and you're having Vinícius Júnior giving what 8, 8.5, 9.0. Sometimes you have 10 actually. So I still throw this question to you. Do you think it is a race thing or is it a thing of they feel like they can just vote this person out because maybe he is black or because he is white? Because for me, I feel like that is what it is. A player that can't play this good, and then you won't give him the Ballon d'Or. Because if Messi does that, they'll give it. If Ronaldo does that, they will give it to him. So what are we saying here? What are we actually bringing up here? it feels like a racial thing. Actually, it feels very much like a racial thing to me. It feels very much like a racial thing to me. What do you really have to say about this? Because boy, people are really ready to hear things.
Like I said before, when you bring in racism to it, it becomes something more than football.
Yeah.
I really don't know what happens behind the scenes with the Ballon d'Or and how they determine the winners. But yeah, Vinícius had a fantastic season.
Yeah.
Vinícius, like, he racked up everything, team honors, individual honors, and all of that. Even when he watched his game, Vinícius is a very exciting player to watch.
Yes.
I can't lie. I watch Real Madrid games most of the time to come and see Vinícius, because I'm also a very huge Vinícius fan. So, but what I can say is, when it comes to racism, that's not like a topic that you want to bring up. Yeah, it deserves to be discussed about, but when you start saying, like, there are different things that comes to it. I know, like, the El Clasico game.
Yeah, we had racist chants in that game.
Yeah.
Real Madrid fans to Lamine Yamal and the likes, yeah.
But, yeah, Rodri won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
I'm a Man City fan. I can say he deserves it. But when you actually watch Man City's games, when you watch our big games, you see the impact Rodri plays in those games. You see the goals he scores in those games.
Somehow he scores the important ones.
Yeah, he scores he scores important goals. So, like, when you do look at different things, different aspects as to why he actually deserves it, you will see that this guy they did not just give it to any.
Yeah, you make it sense, because you make it.
They didn't just give it to anybody. Since we don't want to give it to Vinícius, let's give it to Rodri. That's not what actually happened. Because Rodri actually, when he plays, you can see, like, the importance of what Guardiola needs Rodri in that team.
Yes.
If we lose Rodri, we have lost, like, I would say, like, half of Man City, because I'm a big Rodri fan. If we lose Rodri, we have lost a lot out of Man City. When you watch our games without Rodri, it's so sloppy and all of that. And Man City, like I would say, Man City being the best team in the world currently.
I will argue with you on that. I will seriously argue with you on that one, guy. No, I don't take that one, no, guy. Think about it. The only team that can actually match Man City, no matter what it is Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid. Right now, I can even I'll bust your bubble a bit, guy. I can put Barcelona in the conversation right now. I can actually put
Barcelona have been playing
in the conversation right now, because without Hansi Flick, I believe if Man City and Barcelona jam, bro, Hansi Flick will actually teach Guardiola a lesson. I believe he will teach Guardiola a lesson,
I object.
I believe, guy. That Lamine Yamal, tell me one Man City player that will actually be able to hold him down. Give me one Man City player. Any of your right backs or your left backs that will actually hold him, or even centre back, because he's very slippery, guy. You can't hold him down.
I feel Aki will do it.
I don't think so. I think he will twist him, guy.
I
think he will shift his ways, guy, because he will not be able to hold him down. You cannot. The kid is electrifying now.
Yeah,
electrifying.
Of course.
Electrifying. I mean, look at Madrid struggled with him this weekend now.
Yes.
Struggled with him, and if you look at Man City itself, the reason why I feel like most times Madrid struggle against Man City is because maybe Madrid have a way of setting their game plan. Mm-hmm. They play in such a way that, in the first half we let you play, we try to observe you. Second half we sting you. That's how they just play. That's just how they play. But you see, Lamine, no, I don't see Manchester City trying to find a way or a solution around Lamine Yamal. Speaking of Real Madrid, I wanted to just ask you one very, very simple question. Mm-hmm. Real Madrid boycotting the Ballon d'Or ceremony, them not appearing. I mean, they heard the fact that Vinícius was not winning and nobody came. Yeah. And even though they had their own team award and Ancelotti had his award, what would you call that? Will you say it's irresponsible on their part that they didn't come, or disrespectful? Because even on their websites and even on their page, they said, and I quote, UEFA and the Ballon d'Or does not respect Real Madrid, and Real Madrid will not go where they are not respected. What is your view on this? They are not coming.
As for them not coming, I actually see it as like a very great decision. Because if you feel that your player has been robbed of what he deserves, as they feel, if it's me, I will not come. I no go come. That's the honest truth. You guys can keep your ceremony and all that. So when they say they are not coming, you can't say it's disrespectful. It's just them, it's their organization. That's how they choose to run it. If they believe Vinícius deserves it and he got robbed of his Ballon d'Or, then we can say we are not coming. And this, after all, the ceremony still went on now.
Yes,
so,
that's very true.
So I will not say, I actually like the fact that they didn't come.
That's okay. That feels like a club backing.
Backing their player,
and they're like, okay, yes. As far as things go, if he doesn't get it, it was the point of one of us going, because we all wanted to support him. We all envisioned him winning it at the same time. So that is, I see the point in what you're saying.
Yeah.
But still, going forward on Vinícius is still a very young player.
Yeah.
And with these numbers he has been racking up over the years, do you still see a chance where he can get football's prestigious prize? I mean, individual prestigious prize in times to come.
Yeah, of course. Vinícius does not look like a player that is slowing down at all. I feel like Vinícius does not have a ceiling. It's the type of player that you can't put a ceiling on. I see Vinícius like in the next few years, like not winning not just 1, 2. Like Vinícius is a very exciting player to watch. Like everybody can acknowledge. He brings that flair to the game, and it's not just the individual performances. He's bringing the wins for his team too. Like in the last game, Champions League game, Real Madrid had
against Dortmund.
Yes,
Vinícius second half display.
Vinícius was the one who carried that team. I watched that game and I was stunned. I was like, so these guys don't have any answer for Vinícius, because he's just that kind of player. You can't stop him.
You can't hold him down.
So obviously, because of the type of player that he is, I feel like he's already very good. He's going to get better.
Yeah.
Not just in the sense of football, in the sense of his character.
Yes.
Because if you notice, Vinícius is
can be very temperamental.
He can be very temperamental at times, and so different aspects. But I do feel, sometime in the future, there will be no disputing the fact that Vinícius is winning it.
One thing is, I do hope, because I know he's a young player.
Yeah.
He has a lot to learn, because I would liken this comparison between him and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Cristiano Ronaldo was like this, was 24, 25, there are some, let's put it like this, there are some very stupid things that Ronaldo would do by getting easy, stupid yellow card, reckless fouls, being sent off more consistently at a young age. That is, same thing happening to Vinícius. But as time went on, Cristiano Ronaldo started growing and knowing how to hold his temperament and how to hold himself, know how to deal with anger, referees and everything. And just like you said now, I believe Vinícius will actually, as time goes on, learn how to manage himself, his emotions during a game, whether tense or not tense, or whether an easy game or whether it's a game against a big club. He will learn how to manage himself. But mind you, even the Ballon d'Or he's chasing, bro, there are a lot of people in that same club that won that Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
You have Jude Bellingham that is there. I'm telling you have Mbappe, even Rodrigo. There are lots of players. Valverde, name it. They have a huge flock. I'm telling you, they have a huge flock of players that inside that club that can actually win football's individual prestigious prize. They can actually get it.
Yeah. And
they have players that can bring it out. Because now, what I want to ask is, the way they are, because they are, at least Real Madrid, they are in sync. They are in sync as far as football is concerned, and as far as they play free-flowing football. Do you think that his chances, like this way he didn't get the Ballon d'Or, do you think that his teammates will give him a chance, or do you think that, because for me, I feel like, since they play for each other, sometimes it can be your time and you can click. Tomorrow it can be another person's time and the person too can click, that kind of thing. So what do you feel? Because there's so much competition in that squad already. So much competition. So how do you think this will affect Vinícius Júnior?
I feel like him not winning the Ballon d'Or this year is a drive for him, as individually, as a person. Me personally, if I were to be the one, give me my Ballon d'Or,
I gas collector,
I go show now why I deserve him. So as when it comes to his personal game, he's going to. We already know Vinícius as an outstanding player. But he's going to want to show why, he deserves that best player in the world title, and that's going to translate into the Real Madrid as a team, as a club, and his performances already give them results, good results.
Yeah.
So him wanting to prove more now, like, it's going to help them a lot. Him not winning the Ballon d'Or has done good for Real Madrid. As a Man City fan, I dey fear Real Madrid.
I know they talk all these things.
I dey fear Real Madrid.
I know they talk all these things for say. They talk all these things for say. Must na money laundering scheme una dey do abeg. Money laundering scheme. As far as me I'm concerned, as far as boys concerned, that's a money laundering scheme for Guardiola to come and exploit. That is why if he loses one player today, he can decide to go and buy 3 more for that guy. And that is how Man City do their things, honestly speaking.
No be our fault, say money plenty.
That's what it be. That's what it be. Wow. In fact, Vinícius Júnior, very sorry about your Ballon d'Or loss. Very, very sorry about that. And Rodri, congratulations on getting your first Ballon d'Or. Mind you, he's the first player from an English club since Cristiano Ronaldo to get the actual Ballon d'Or. And in fact, that is big ups for the Premier League, actually.
Yeah.
That is big ups for the Premier League.
Big ups for Man City.
Actually. Big ups for Man City. So, guys, we have come to the end of this very wonderful session here on Football Bants, here on Ep8 Media. I am your host, Somachi, and with me,
Harmony Johnson.
See you later. Remember, football is life.